Hello and welcome to another edition of Speed Talk Saturday. Today we'll be covering the Diamond League and some coaching things. So it'll just be me presenting today, Coach Enzo from Australia. It's 8:48 p.m. here in Australia, so it'll be 6:48 p.m. in Manila. First up, looks like some rather bad news regarding the COVID. I just checked the statistics on the Water Meter website, and it seems like there seems to be a daily death record of 159. And yeah, so like with ECQ in place, it's looking kind of like it might not be a good idea to lift ECQ at this stage now that it seems the deaths have spiked a little bit in terms of the data which I've just witnessed. I mean, hopefully the 159 is backdated data. It's like would be a rather significant spike if that 159 deaths was actually it's an actual single day death record. I mean, well, last time there was over 100 deaths reported in a day back in July. That ended up as backdated data, but now it seems that it's now gone over 100 again, and hopefully that's backdated data and not an actual day record. Anyway, we'll begin off with the presentations. So again, everybody, welcome to Pinoyathletics Speed Talk Saturday. All right, I'll just share the screen. Share. Okay. Just bear with me for a minute. This seems to be still on. Okay, I'm just having some technical difficulties with the secondary computer. Just trying to fix them at the moment. One minute. Okay, apologies. I'm having to reboot as the computer, Chrome on the other computer just crashed. I will just bring that up. Okay, we're back. Okay, I'll just start this quick presentation I have. Oh, here we go. Share. Okay. So again, welcome to the 15th of August 2020 edition of Pinoyathletics Speed Talk Saturday. Firstly, with Pinoyathletics, we've decided that we are just now going to focus on the sport of athletics. Hence, we're removing articles on other Philippine sports gradually. I mean, we've still kept articles on weightlifting, swimming, archery and cycling, until we decide how we're going to relocate them, possibly make them available later as PDF files. So our focus will be on Philippine athletics, Southeast Asian and Asian athletics, world athletics, and training articles to do with athletics. So anything to do with diet, for athletes, anything to do with swimming pool workouts, jump rope, like jogging, hill running, weights, anything that's remotely related to athletics training will be also provided on the website. I'll just post a shout out to some of our viewers. So Coach Marisol Songa, I'm just replying. And also, we'll just quickly see who else is on board for our broadcast. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day for the site. Close to 1,000 readers today. Obviously a lot of excitement going on with the news, with the athletics getting back underway with the Diamond League in spite of the COVID. Athletic meets, athletics are starting to get back into the swing of things now. So obviously, because of that, there's been a spike in interest with the website as of recently. I'll just say a shout out to who else is viewing. So again, a shout out to Miss Marisol Songa, Nina Buenaventura, and also to Coach Adi Damasol for tuning in. Now, okay. Okay, now carrying on our program. So the big news at the moment is that Ernest John Obiena, in his second competition for 2020, finished third place at the Diamond League. He took third place with a jump of 5.70 meters on countback. The meet was won by Mondo Duplantis of Sweden, who had failed his first two jumps at 5.70, but then easily cleared 5.80, put the bar up to 6 meters, cleared 6 meters, tried to equal the world outdoor record at 6.15, but failed the attempts at 6.15. So like the Belgian athlete who came second to Ernest Obiena, who came third to Ernest Obiena at the World University Games, finished second based on countback at 5.70. He cleared 5.70 on his first jump. Ernest failed his first jump and then cleared his second jump at 5.70. He was, however, able to beat his teammate Thiago Braz, who was having some issues with poles, and ended up jumping just 5.50. The world record holder Renaud Leveleni was not able to participate because the former world record holder Renaud Leveleni of France was able to participate as he had failed a COVID test. EJ is the first ever Filipino to participate at the Diamond League. I'll just correct the spelling there. I can notice these slides. I pretty much do them 30 minutes before the start of these presentations, as I've got a lot else on. So there might be a few typos here and there. So Ernest Obiena's next meet on August the 17th online is the world's finest pole vaulter, which we will be live streaming through Pinoy Athletics. We may be possibly interviewing EJ tomorrow in an interview, depending on his availability. We've asked him, and obviously he's busy because he was just packing when we contacted him, he was packing. It was quite late, and he was ready to pack his things and fly back. So at his convenience, we'll be conducting another interview. We've already interviewed him twice. It's always good to hear from him, and how he's going with things. Okay, just saying a shout out to Jesse James Mahini. I'll just post. There. Okay. So all the information on Ernest Obiena's achievements and updates on him can be found at pinoyathletics.info /Ernest Obiena. Moving on to other very notable events at the Diamond League, while for Filipino athletic fans, Ernest Obiena's third at the Diamond League was obviously one of the things to really note there. There was also a world record set. What was a brilliant night of athletics by Joshua Cheptegei of Uganda. He took nearly 2 seconds off the time of Kenesa Bekele of Ethiopia, which was set 16 years ago and was 12:37:35. So he's taken nearly 2 whole seconds off that record. Cheptegei, who turns 24 next month, was the world champion over 10,000 meters. He had previously set the 5,000 meter road record in July within a time of 12 minutes 51. Just to get an indication of how fast the world record is for 5,000 meters. 5,000 meters is 12 and a half laps of the track. Each lap is 400 meters. And in order to run at world record pace, you need to consistently run an average of 60.5 seconds, or 1 minute and half a second per lap. So that's the speed at which the world record is run at, just back-to-back 60 second and a bit runs, just back-to-back for 12 and a half laps. So Cheptegei was impressive. He split the first kilometer was 2:31.9. The second kilometer was also 2:31.9, and he ran 2:31.4. Again, that's a typo, which is because of these slides are a little bit rushed. 2:31.4 for the first 1 and 2 and 3K segments of the 5,000. He went through the 4K at 10:05.46 with a 2:30 split, faster than the 10:07 of Bekele when he had set the world record. He timed this race really well, hitting 11:35, 11 minutes and 35 seconds with 1 lap to go, which means, as he planned, he finished the last lap with a final burst in 59.9 seconds. So there's a photo of Cheptegei lying down in front of the clock after he's broken the world record. So with Cheptegei, he has won this link down here. It's a rather long link. I won't read out the whole thing. This is for any updates on the Diamond League, which I'll be updating shortly. I've already posted articles on EJ, Cheptegei, and the next article is in fact on Noah Lyles. So Noah Lyles has taken the season lead for 200 meters in 19.76. He retook the world lead in the men's 200 meters. Lyles stormed away to a convincing win at the Monaco Diamond League in a season lead of 19.76. He at the beginning of he previously had the season lead at 19.94 on the 25th of July, but he lost it to the fast improving fellow American Kenny Bednarek, who had clocked a PB of 19.80 on August 10, Florida. Lyles is the 2019 world champion and has a PB of 1950. He's the fourth fastest ever 200-meter runner behind Bolt, Johan Blake, and Michael Johnson. He also holds the meet record of 19.65 at the Monaco Diamond League, having the prestige of breaking a record of the legendary Usain Bolt. At the start of the race, with a black glove and his hand raised in the air, Lyles paid respect to the 1968 Olympic 200-meter champion Tommy Smith and bronze medalist in that race, also 200 meters, John Carlos. In strong support of the Black Lives Matter movement, the great Tommy Smith, of course, was the first man to ever break 20 seconds in the 200 meters with a 19.83 run. More on Lyles. Lyles just showed how great a runner he was as he led a very high-quality field off the bend and nearly tripled his margin of victory the last 60 to 70 meters. Lyles has shown he has had magnificent top-end speed, having run 9.93 so far this year. He even runs a good 300 when the need arises. And it was a complete family affair with his younger brother Josephus, his younger brother by just a year, coming in second in 20.30, just 0.06 seconds outside his best. The Lyles brothers took some big scalps. Surprisingly, Dennis Almus of Germany was the surprise third place with a PB of 20.64. Adam Gemili of Great Britain and Turkey's Ramil Guliev, the 2017 world champion in the 200, had a strong start but faded out of the picture down the home straight. So I'll just quickly switch the light on and I'll read out some other Diamond League results. So some other Diamond League results. In the women's 5,000 meters, Hassan, who was going for an attempt at the women's 5,000 meter record, drew from the race with about with about a kilometer left. She withdrew from the race. So Giddy of Ethiopia, Ohiri and Wakeman of Great Britain, and Hassan had broken away from the rest of the pack. Ohiri went on to win in a time of about 14:22. So Ohiri is the reigning world champion in the 5,000 meters. It was a really close 110 hurdles, with Ortega taking the win in 13:11. So it was close in the 110 hurdles, 13:11, 13:14, 13:18, and 13:20 or 13:19. So there was only 0.07 or 0.08 between the top four in the 110 hurdles. 400 hurdles, though, wasn't a close event at all, with Karsten Walholm of Norway winning by more than 2 seconds in 47:10. So Walholm has got the second fastest of all time with 46.92, just behind Kevin Young. And at that meet in Monaco at the Diamond League, the 47.10 took 0.5 seconds off Kevin Young's Monaco Diamond League record set 28 years ago. And it'll be a very interesting race when we get to the Olympics between Rai Benjamin, who's run 47.02, and Walholm, who's run 46.92, to see who comes out of top, out of the American and the Norwegian. So it was a very interesting race noted in the 1,500 meters, because it was basically the world champion Chariot versus Jacob Ingebrigtsen of so it was an interesting race because the first 400 meters was absolutely ridiculous in speed, as Chariot just took the lead, went through the first 400 of 1,552.5. He then decided to to wind back to a more comfortable pace of 58.65 on the second lap, and then he was able to just hold off the 19-year-old Jacob Ingebrigtsen, who had ran a personal best of 3:28.68. Chariot won in 3:28.45, and then Whiteman of Great Britain finished in 3:29.47, the second fastest ever time by a Great Britain athlete, ahead of Steve Ovett. And then in the women's 100, it was an interesting one because the favourite in that race was Talou of the Ivory Coast, who has a PB of 10.85. The meet record, of course, held by Marianne Jones at 10.72 for the 100. Talou faded to fourth in 11.39 behind Del Ponte of Switzerland, who ran 11.16, just 0.08 off her PB. Hobbs of the US, 11.28. And then the German athlete finished third in 11.31. Okay, moving to our next topic regarding coaching. So now I've covered the Diamond League, we'll just discuss some coaching things. So I'm just announcing I've nearly completed my Athletics Australia Level 3 Sprints and Hurdles coaching certification. All my modules have been returned and marked. I have one more module which I need to have marked, which I just recently submitted. The module is actually probably the easier part of the course for me, because it's something that I'm really familiar with. It's basically designing training programs, which I have been doing for athletes for about 10 years now. So it's just basically making training programs on Excel and like breaking it down into more and more detail, which obviously is meticulous, but the sort of thing that I consider my forte with planning of programs with Excel. Of course, the course wasn't cheap. It cost me several $100s to actually get this course done, but at the end of the day, it was well worth it in terms of the knowledge and structure gained. And it really helped with organizing, different aspects of how I looked at things as a coach. And of course, not just because of the financial things, but I felt that with this course, the level 3, I felt that if this was a high jump, I would just be clearing the bar. I mean, I felt that the course was really challenging, and I was sort of just making it in terms of where I was at. I feel that level 3 was where I'm at right now, and I feel that I wouldn't be comfortable moving up to level 4 without more experience. So I mean, hopefully, before I'm 40, I'm able to do the level 4 course, but as of now, I'm quite comfortable and happy, being at that level 3 coaching level at this point. So yeah, it's okay for now, and I will be looking at other courses later, but probably for now just working with athletes and building experience is the thing to do, and work on some other aspects of my coaching, basically areas I need to improve on and that sort of thing. Okay, so in saying with data and Excel and keeping track of your athletes' scores and records and that sort of thing, here's some data I have on some two athletes, two Phil-American sprinters I'm working with at the moment, and how they've gone with this session. So the thing is that at the moment we're in the general phase, and my color code for the general phase is yellow. So this is the second, with periodization, this is the second second cycle of the general phase. A cycle for me is usually 3 weeks followed by testing week. So this is now like basically general phase part 2. So I've already done a whole cycle of the general phase. So we're sort of looping back around to the general phase as well. And the workouts are pretty much the same. So now I have something to draw exact comparisons over with almost the same variables when it comes to looking at results. So the session was explained in an earlier cycle. It's basically a speed endurance type session, 80% perfect speed to build technique, not too fast, to cause the athlete not to be able to concentrate, and not too slow in order to, be that they're actually moving at a decent pace. Now, looking at this data, basically what it is I've got the dates here. So the 14th of July and the 11th of August, so almost a month between the sessions. So we can monitor the improvement of what was actually achieved here. Now, if we look at the first athlete, you can see that they obviously went out a little bit slower on the second time they attempted the session. That's mainly because they understood the session better, so they've actually sort of saved themselves a bit, because one of the things you need to consider here is you're getting 3 minutes rest between reps and 8 minutes between sets. And mark my word, every single second of recovery you get here, you need. I mean, you can't just, especially that 8 minute gap in between the two sets, you definitely need every single session. And if you try and cut or you try and skip the rest, you'll be hurting and regretting it later on and be wishing that you didn't not take the rest. Because sometimes with these sessions, not resting long enough could cause you not to even be able to finish all 6 repetitions. So it's like, you need to make sure that you have you take all that rest. So with the first athlete, as you can see, he went out slower, but for every repetition after that, he went faster. He seems to have sat back a bit on rep number 5 with 28 seconds, but then he sort of went out, he just blasted out and ran 25. So if you look at the total score, he's improved his total score, which is the total of all his 6 times added up, by nearly 5 seconds. So he's improved by about 0.8 seconds on average for each run. So his average has come down from 27.9 to 27.2. So if we look at the times, I've reduced his target a little bit, but not a ridiculous amount. And yeah, he achieved both his targets here. So he's run these are if this is 80 to 85%, so it's like 21.8 to 23.2. But I talked to some top Australian coaches and about this athlete's 250, 300s times. They reckon the athlete's at around maybe the 22.5 to 22.8 mark. So between these two figures here of 21.76 and 23.12 is where we're at. But he ran 23.5 last year, and I've been working with him for about just under 2 months, and he's way quicker than 23.5 now based on this. All these times are run in rubber shoes as well, so that's why I'm just saying that it's harder to run much more than 80 to 85% if you're running in rubber shoes, because you just don't have the traction. So the other athlete, he ran a little bit slower this time, but obviously he's not as quick as the first athlete with 24 seconds. He's run, still ran under his target, even though he was well under his target before, 3 seconds. Now he's, 1.2 seconds under his target. So this athlete's still around the 23-second mark, based on this data. And he used spikes last time as well. We used rubber shoes this time, which is always harder, which could have impacted on the performance. Just a minute. I'm just checking. I've got some messages. I'll just check. I'll reply to that after I've finished off this presentation. All right. Next part. This is a distance runner I'm running. I'm just started working with now. She's got a PB of 254 in the 800. So I've got her to run 3 800s. She's run 315, 320, and 324. The target was 337.5, so she's well cleared that target. She's achieved, yep. And she's run, based on this, her output times 239 to 249. So yeah, looking at how she runs though is a big factor in the video, which I observed. Needs more drills. Doesn't seem to have any sprint or any speed or anything like that. But she's actually a 3,000 meter runner, but I'm just trying to work on her speed to get up to speed. So it needs to work a lot on drills and running form. Runs like a distance runner, even when running the 800. So needs to develop a bit of a kick with some speed or some surge tactics. Okay, moving to the next slide. So this is my training results. Actually, it's been a bit of an odd week with my training because I ended up, like after the session, my legs were pretty fried. Partly I was feeling a little bit sick, and I ended up just doing a core session after this one. This session was actually done on the 11th. On Tuesday. This was actually done on Tuesday or Wednesday, the session. I think it's Tuesday. So I actually did power cleans. I was like, initially it was going to be hand cleans, but I actually done them early in the week, so I moved to power cleans. After failing at 70 times 9, I actually did 71 times 10, which is the most kilo weight I've ever done for power cleans for 10 reps. Then I moved it to 76 times 6, and I did that. And then I did high pulls at 91, just to develop my pull. And I did some bench press, but my thumb joint felt a bit odd, so I had stopped doing that at 71. Due to have another weight session tomorrow. I'm still feeling, legs are feeling fine. They're not feeling as dead. They're feeling a bit recovered now. They were really flat on Friday, so I had to just do a core ab session just to do something. But I couldn't do anything with the legs because my legs felt like I'd run a 400 or something, which I haven't, for God knows how many years. So just looking at this, so that's it for the weights. But anyway, I've got like a comment here from Jesse James, watching from Kabuya Laguna. I'm a former Stakata player, track and field, 800, 1.5, and 5,000. Okay, it's good we have some distance runners here. So Jesse James just posted another comment there, so I've just replied to him. So some other great reads on our website. So we've done UAP evaluations over the last 5 years. So I've presented a link there for UAP evaluations. It's basically got data on pretty much all the women's track events now. So which schools have had the most success in improving athletes and which ones haven't. And is it physically possible to run under 12 minutes for 5K? So after seeing the world record at 12:35, is it actually possible to go under 12 minutes? So there's a link there discussing that down the bottom. I can't read the whole thing out, but you're more than welcome to grab a coffee and have a read of that in your own time. Okay, now I'll be taking Q&A from the group. If there's none, then we'll just be wrapping this up soon. Okay. I can see Jim Lafferty has just posted me a comment. I will read this comment on our site, on my site. Big news. We have a surprise late fourth entry to the pole vault champion. This champion gold medalist is a game changer. You won't want to miss it. The sport event of 2020. Join us Monday at 9 a.m. US Standard Time live stream. Okay. All good. Now I will check the comments to see if I have any posted shout outs. I'll be taking Q&A for the next 5 or so minutes. If not, we'll be wrapping this up, and then I will have to attend to my private training group, which of course is going to be a closed session. I'm just going to check. Okay, I'll just check, do quick shout outs. Okay, so shout outs to all the people I shouted out to before. So Thilik Damathilaki, Jesse James Mahinai, Nina Buenaventura, Mamirasol Songa, and Adi Damasol. Okay, I'm just going to check to see if I have any more comments, and then I will be closing this this live cast will be closed shortly. I'm just going to. Okay, so yeah, my next set of clients are at 10 o'clock in about 35 minutes, which gives me a bit of a break to prepare for that. Now, I will wrap this up. So I don't seem to be getting any more responses. So we'll wrap this up now.